Hey guys, before the video starts, I just realized I wanted to preface this by saying I hope it doesn't come across as like super braggy, like I'm like, oh, look what I have, because that's not really what my intention was. I just, you know, I just kind of wanted, I was looking through my stash and I'm trying not to like buy a ton of new things. So I'm constantly trying to rediscover old favorites and get to know like polishes that I haven't worn or that I haven't worn in a while at least. And so it just got me thinking about some of my most treasured polishes, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So I hope this video is taken as just sort of a fun show and tell and like a nail polish chat, and not like a braggy, oh my gosh, look what I have, you know? And that said, I would love to know what some of your most treasured, most valued, rare polishes are in your stash. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure you have a ton of beautiful ones that I super want, and I'd like to know your opinion on them, and I'd love to know your little hunting story, tracking them down. Let's just keep this positive, and I hope you see my intention behind this. I mean no harm, and anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to start out strong here. This is from Zoya. It's called Julie, and I love this. This is super hard to find. It came out in a spring collection probably 3 years ago now. I want to say spring 2014. And for reasons unknown, this was discontinued, and so was the pink shimmer from that same collection. That pink was called Gigi, and incidentally, I do have Gigi. But this purple has really stood out to me in that from that collection, and I just randomly found it at Ulta a year later. Like, it had been discontinued, you know, and then somehow I found it in the clearance section at Ulta, and I bought it thinking it was Hudson, which is like another spring collection from Zoya. And when I got home, I realized how unique it was after looking it up online, and I put it on and I was like, oh my gosh, why did they discontinue this? It's gorgeous. So it's a beautiful lavender with a kind of silvery white, somewhere between a glass fleck and almost a foil type of shimmer. And the effect is almost like a crushed pearl type of look. It's very gorgeous. I love this, and I feel like not a lot of people raved about it when it first came out, but Zoya doesn't discontinue very many of their polishes, so it feels like now I hear more people talk about it. I know it's one of Zenora's, it was one of her lemmings. She has since tracked down a bottle, and I was happy to help her with that. I love Zenora, and I love Julie, so I had to make sure they came together, and anyway. But yeah, anyway, this was like a super lemming. This has become a lemming for a lot of people, and I can see why. Zoya, if you're watching, if you care, please bring this back. It's awesome. I love it. Julie from Zoya, amazing. It's one of my all-time favorite polishes. I love it, and I think it deserves legendary status, but I also wish it wasn't discontinued, so. Next up is like a super super lemming, I know, for a lot of people. This is Masked Affair from L'Oreal. This is a silver linear holographic polish with sort of a lilac undertone to it. Very beautiful. I believe L'Oreal made approximately 10 bottles when this came out. It sure felt like that. This came out when the first 50 Shades of Grey movie or whatever came out. There was a collection inspired by that movie that L'Oreal released that year, like around the same time. And it was on shelves for all of maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and there were like no restocks. It took me forever to find a display, let alone get this color. And I'm convinced I bought the last bottle in the state of Idaho, where I lived at the time. I'm sure I got the last bottle because I couldn't find this thing anywhere. And the display was so annoying. Like, there were 2 slots allotted for each color, and that was it. That was it. So this was one that I know the nail polish community really loved, really raved about, but then it was so elusive because it was just so hard to find. So I was super floored and excited when I found this. I learned about it just when the hype was building for it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to find this. And I did, and I love it. And I have sort of a love-hate relationship with it because I want to wear it, but it makes me angry how, not angry, it's just annoying how limited edition this was. And I mean, since when does L'Oreal make hollows? Well, they made one and it was gorgeous. And it's a 3-coater. I mean, the formula is not the best, but it's beautiful. And it's one of my favorite hollows in my collection. So, Masked Affair from L'Oreal. The next one I want to talk about is Emerald Sparkle from China Glaze. And this is another rare, hard to find polish. It's actually, I don't think it's that difficult to find on eBay, but the tricky thing with this is that there were 2 different formulas made, and one is very, is this beautiful, rich emerald green glass fleck in almost a blackened jelly base. And then there's another one that almost looks more like a metallic forest green instead. So if you look it up online, you'll see that there are differences, and I believe Scrangy on her blog, she detailed the differences in the formulas. So for that reason, this one's pretty elusive to people because they kind of have to take a leap of faith. You don't really know what you're going to get unless you can confirm with the seller, and hopefully they know what they're talking about. Not all of us are. I mean, not everyone on eBay is like a nail polish nerd. They just sell something that they have and that's it. But yeah, so if you can track down the original bottle, the original formula, then this is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's one of my most treasured polishes in my stash, and I'm just super glad to have it. And it's a lemming that I was able to cross off my list, and I love it. All right, so this last one is it was a big lemming for me, probably at the top of my list, and it's one of my most treasured polishes for sure, but it's one that I didn't know about until years after it was released, and this is from China Glaze, and it's called No Way José. This came out in a summer tequila toes collection from China Glaze, where everything had very summery cocktail. There was a summer cocktail theme with all of the names, and so this is No Way José. Anyway, this is gorgeous. It's a warm kind of amethyst purple with silvery white and purple glass fleck shimmer running through it. It's beautiful. As soon as I was browsing through Kellie Gonzo's blog, I just remember looking in her archives, and I stumbled upon an image of her wearing this, and it was like a throwback post talking about this. This is absolutely beautiful. As soon as I saw that picture, this thing shot up to the top of my lemming list, and I found it on eBay, and I asked my boyfriend if he would get it for me because I was super excited. And he threw down the money and got it, and it was one of the more expensive lemmings that I've acquired. I think this was $20 with shipping, maybe, but worth it. I don't have a lot of lemmings that I'm willing to pay that much for, and technically he bought it for me. But I love him dearly. This is gorgeous. No Way José from China Glaze. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I'm so grateful for it. All right, so those were 4 of my most treasured polishes that were at one time lemmings for me, and I was over the moon excited when I was able to cross them off my list because I'd gotten them. Let me know in the comments below what some of your most treasured, most valued, hard to find polishes are that you've been able to find and add to your stash. Let me know in the comments below, and yeah, thanks for keeping me company and spending some time with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.